The Canes in the home white, Georgia Tech in the road navy. An awesome slate of games on a college basketball Saturday starts here in South Beach. We are underway between Miami and Georgia Tech. And it's the Canes that start with the basketball. Coming off their first road win in nearly 2 years in the ACC. Tre Donaldson had 21 against Wake, and he picks up where he left off to open the scoring.
Right now, Jay, in the last 3 games, he's averaging over 20 a game. He's playing really well. Starting
lineup for Georgia Tech, a big boost. Mo Sela, the star freshman, back in the lineup. He missed the last 2 games with a high ankle sprain. He was a game-time decision today, so good to see the 6'10" freshman in there for the Yellow Jackets.
And he makes a big difference. He relieves so much pressure from Dongo. And again, he's nearly a double-double himself, averaging 10 points and 8 rebounds as a freshman.
Take a look at the Miami starting lineup. Their starters account for more than 70% of their scoring. Reneau lines up the 3, nothing but the bottom of the net. Malik Reneau.
You know what I talked about, the steps that he's taken in this game, and that's a big part of it. His ability to knock down a 3. We know what he's capable of in scoring in the paint.
Going inside to Sela, comes up empty, trying to shake off the rust after missing back-to-back games. Washington through traffic draws the foul. Well, we mentioned what a strong season it has been for first-year head coach Jay Lucas. Previously a Duke associate head coach, coming over, making an instant impact. 13-2, 2-0 in league play. They have won 8 straight.
They have. They flipped it quickly here. He and his staff done an unbelievable job forming an identity and executing it in a portal. And year 1 has gone as planned in Jay Lucas's eyes.
High-octane offense. They average 88 points per game. Shoot it better than 50% from the floor. Reneau lost the handle. Stolen away. And Akai Fleming, the freshman, is fouled, trying to go coast to coast. Randolph, we talked with Georgia Tech head coach Damon Stoudemire, and he told us the Jackets have to be the more desperate team today. 1-2 in league play. Thought they played well against Syracuse. Once they were down 20, they got to play like that from the tip.
Yeah, he expects his team to come out with their literally playing like their hair is on fire. And the first person he challenges is Lamar Washington, his point guard here. He feels like he has to take over this team and assume a leadership role.
Dongo comes up empty. Georgia Tech still looking for their offensive rhythm. Washington, a transition 3 off the mark.
Miami will take shots like that in transition. They want to get to the baseline as quickly as possible. They want to try to score before you set your half-court defense.
No, particularly Washington. During this 8-game win streak, he scored in double figures in all 8 wins, so he is not shy. He'll let it fly today.
He's also an excellent defender too, Jay. He's a really good 2-way playing guard.
Washington trying to penetrate, draws the foul.
We got to monitor the fouls, because once we started going to the bench, I think it favors Georgia Tech. Miami is not a very deep team.
Yeah, they have relied on their starters for more than 70% of their scoring this season. Tried to give and go, stolen away. Donaldson picked the pocket, and it leads to 2 in transition. Shelton Henderson, the 5-star freshman, rocks the rim.
Yellow Jackets cannot turn the basketball over. They do just like that. Just put the 2 points on the board. They get up and down the floor as quickly as anybody.
They turn it over again. The Miami defense dialed in. Back to Henderson. He hammers it home. And Damon Stoudemire says, give me a timeout. What a start for the home team Hurricanes. Miami out to an early 9-0 lead here as ACC play continues. They've done it, turning defense into offense.
And this is how you shoot 51.7% from the field. Just getting out in transition. You cannot turn the basketball over again. One into the floor to the other. Shelton Henderson, their 5-star freshman, beneficiary of those 2 transition opportunities.
I was about to ask you, Randolph, how does it help Henderson that he's got so much veteran leadership and experience around him? He's been terrific in his freshman year.
He has, and I think the ceiling for this Miami team is resting on his shoulders. His development over the year, I think, leads to how far this Miami team can go. We know what we're going to get out of Reneau. We know what they're going to get out of Donaldson. But Shelton Henderson, if he becomes that true third option, look out for the Miami Hurricanes.
Here's Dongo in the paint. That rims out no good. Georgia Tech still looking for their first basket. Another missed layup, well defended by Udeh inside. Good ball movement. Donaldson wide open. He'll usually make you pay. Missed it that time.
Both teams struggle from behind the three-point line. Their strength is in the paint. Who can get it going behind the three-point line will be a huge bonus.
Lamar Washington finally breaks through, and Georgia Tech is on the board.
The starter might said it's got to be Washington. He's the guy. Settled his team down, has the ability to knock down shots and get to the rim.
Henderson, a quick trigger, knocks it down from 3.
It's not a strength of his. Only shoots 26% from behind the arc, but he's becoming more and more comfortable.
Washington. And now Peyton Marshall getting his first touch. Shot clock down to 6. Marshall has to hurry. He lost the handle, and that's a turnover. Another Georgia Tech outstanding in year number 1. His only 2 losses are both to top 10 teams. And a 12-2 lead here at home, looking to extend an 8-game winning streak. Couldn't have scripted a better start. That's an off-ball foul.
You got Kowacie trying to run over the guard. Tre Donaldson tried to set the screen, the back screen. They're trying to run Malik Reneau in the post. There, you can see him stick that elbow toward the throat area. Can't do that.
Reneau in attack mode. Dribbles into trouble, passes out of it, finds Allen for a 3. He can't bury it. Georgia Tech just can't find an offensive rhythm. Nearly 5 minutes of this game, only 1 basket. They've turned it over 4 times. Kelly draws the foul there, working against Allen. And when you're missing shots, Randolph, and you're turning the ball over, it lends to easy baskets the other way. 4 of Miami's 5 baskets to start this game are off assists in transition before the Jackets can get set defensively.
Yeah, you and I have covered the Yellow Jackets here a bunch lately, and they seem to come out slow. They get punched in the mouth, and then they respond with a level of desperation. But right now, looking like guys like Chaz Kelly coming off the bench is going to have to give him a lift.
So there are no easy passes when you face this Miami defense. Nearly had another takeaway there. Georgia Tech will get the ball back. Shot clock at 12.
They do a great job of guarding their yard, meaning they want to keep their defender in the paint, out of the paint, keep him in front, trying to contest the basketball, rebound the shot, and get out and run.
Lustov lost his footing, lost his dribble. Shot clock down to 1. But they didn't realize it, and that's another turnover. The defense continues to be dialed in for the Hurricanes.
And now with Lamar Washington out of the game, it's got to be a guy like Chaz Kelly. Yeah, I didn't think, you don't know how that's not a travel, but
5 turnovers in 5 minutes, not the recipe on the road, especially when Damon Stoudemire said he need a desperate attack-minded start to this game, and you're already down 10.
Well, being desperate means you still got to slow down and execute. Right now, they look to be in a hurry.
Washington, the floater doesn't fall. Rebound bounces out. Reneau regathers. Donaldson walks into a three and buries it. Tre Donaldson.
Throw the numbers away. I know he's only shooting 33%, but he's so comfortable. I even talked to the Georgia Tech staff about him. No matter how his game is going, when it gets to the last 3 to 5 minutes, he thinks he's the best player on the floor. And I think it's why this Miami team is so dangerous outside of them being a really good team. Ball screen there. There's no switch. There's no communication. Jaden Mustaf's got to find a way to fight over that screen.
What's amazing about Miami is they are 2-0 in ACC play, shooting a combined 8 of 40 from three, just 20%. So if you start getting the three-point shot going for Donaldson and others, Miami will even hit another level here.
Jay, they lost to Wake Forest, giving up 51% from the field and 51% from the three-point line. And they still found a way to win. And they do that by defending, forcing shots, and controlling the glass. And right now, they're turning the Yellow Jackets over.
And that win against Wake Forest, the first road win in league play in nearly 2 years. And they come back here to Coral Gables. The football teams advance to the national championship. They're on an 8-game winning streak. Everything coming up Miami. So much momentum. And a 13-point lead early. How does Georgia Tech ignite this offense, Randolph?
One, it's got to move. It can't be one pass. Here's another turnover, Jay.
7 turnovers for Georgia Tech in their first 12 possessions of this game. Look at that, 8 straight wins, 10-0 at home. And the football team, we were just talking about them, a program record, 13 victories. One more until you're immortal in South Florida. They get a home game at Hard Rock Stadium.
Home game. How about that?
Against Indiana. Of course, their quarterback, Heisman winner, Mendoza, he's from this area, so lots to talk about here in South Florida. You can feel the palpable buzz in Coral Gables.
Yes.
When you got the football team rolling, it helps that Jay Lucas has turned this basketball program around.
Yeah, it has. It's fun to see the basketball program catching up to football because this program has been as dominant historically as any. Some of the greatest football players that ever played this sport has played at the U.
Well, a lot of those alums have come back to the games, probably most notably Michael Irvin, who's become a social media star.
Jay Lucas has turned this thing around for basketball quickly. Struggled the last 2 years. This year, 13-2 and showing no signs of slowing down.
Well, you've talked to me before, Randolph, about the importance for a first-year head coach to come in with an identity, with a brand.
Yes.
And Jay Lucas has done that.
He has. He's done it with his staff. He has coaches that have had head coaching experience. And when you're inexperienced, he comes to a program and he needs to jumpstart. You see the identity right away. You see the effects of his presence from recruiting. You can flip a kid like Shelton Henderson, who was committed to Duke. So much talent coming out of the state of Florida.
And when you score 88 points per game, people are going to notice you. And that's what Miami has done, which leads the ACC. And they do it by sharing the basketball. Udeh finishes the alley-oop. This is the team that leads the ACC in assists, and you see why there.
Tre Donaldson picked up that second foul, and Dovrak comes in. Again, he's a solid point guard, takes care of the basketball. He's going to get them in the offense, and there he turns the corner and throws the lob to Udeh.
Well, Peyton Marshall just added 2 points from the free throw line, but Georgia Tech doesn't have a basket in 4 minutes as Udeh hammers it home.
Great job there, getting in the paint. You gotta keep the defender, the offensive guy above the screen when you're Marshall. When you're in drop coverage, he gets behind, you give up lobs.
And another turnover. They continue to pile up here for Georgia Tech. That is 8 turnovers in less than 8 minutes for Damon Stoudemire's team.
They're going to extend their pressure trying to pick up man-to-man here. It would surprise me if Stoudemire falls back into some type of zone. Right now, Miami's getting everything they want offensively. They're not taking away three-point opportunities, and more importantly, They're not offering much resistance at the rim either.
And Miami has cashed in 10 points off those Georgia Tech turnovers. 13-point lead in the driver's seat of this first half. Good defensive stop there by the Yellow Jackets.
That's the way you play drop coverage there by Dongo.
Kowacie Reeves drives baseline, and they turn it over again. 9 turnovers and only 4 points for Georgia Tech. Trying to spark some life here on the road. Fleming nearly turned it over again. They're going to call that a kick against Miami, but it is all Hurricanes. +3 assist to turnover ratio. Fleming, the freshman, good look from 3. Missed it. Good hustle there to keep the possession alive.
Kowacie Reeves with the basketball has got to find a way to get himself going.
Dongo, split 2, couldn't finish at the rim. And when you have more turnovers than points, that's not a good recipe on the road. And Georgia Tech struggling in that department. At least on the last possession, they got 2 good looks and just couldn't finish them. You mentioned Reeves, he's their leading scorer. He's not factored yet.
Yeah, here, great job defensively by Kraft coming over. Washington outmatched on a switch with Reneau, and great defense possession there by the Yellow Jackets. They got to get stops like this, but they got to figure something out on the offensive end of the floor.
Well, they go to Reeves, their leading scorer, and he cashes in. First basket in 5 minutes and 30 seconds for Georgia Tech.
Boy, he's way too quiet. Hadn't gotten enough shot attempt. That's his first shot of this game, and you're Georgia Tech's leading scorer. He's got to be more aggressive.
Washington rims in and out, no good.
A lot of basketball left, and that's how you get back in this game. Force Miami to beat you from behind the 3-point line.
On New Year's Eve, we were at Cameron Indoor, Georgia Tech. They were the better team against Duke for about 30 minutes of that matchup. So you know they're capable of playing at a high level on the road. It has not resulted in wins, and you thought, okay, if they can get a strong start today behind Lamar Washington and Kowacie Reeves, you get Sela back in the lineup, and the turnovers have killed them. Their defense has actually kept them in this game enough. I mean, just a 10-point deficit despite all the struggles on the offensive end.
Jay, that's the answer to the riddle for this group. Can they put together 40 minutes? Some of that has to do with players in and out of the lineup. They've done jobs like that where they play 35, 36 minutes. They spotted Syracuse 20 and cut it to 5. Like, this team isn't going anywhere. They're going to compete and find a way to fight back in this game. But do they have enough on the offensive end to dig themselves out of the holes that they find themselves in?
And now it's Miami that's fallen into a scoring drought of 2.5 minutes. A 9-point lead is cushioned. Donaldson, nice crossover, got to the rim, count it, plus the foul, Tre Donaldson.
He's the difference. He's the difference with these two teams, I believe. I mean, he's a guy that, again, not many guys in college basketball, guard-wise, has that taste in their mouth of knowing what it's like when it matters the most, showing up in big moments, winning games. He does. That's why Jay Lucas identified him quickly and knows they're going to have a chance no matter who they're on the floor. But all they have to do is rely on their defense, keep it close. He knows he has a closer in Tre Donaldson.
Donaldson completes the 3-point play the old-fashioned way. Miami back up by 12. Hurricanes had missed 5 of their last 6 before that Donaldson make.
Yeah, they're going to run their full court pressure and fall back into their zone. When you want to find 12 Kraft. Shot over 40% from 3 a year ago.
And it set another turnover. Risky pass pays off. On the outlet pass, Washington, he was looking like a Hurricanes wide receiver in the Ole Miss secondary the other night. And goes down hard after getting fouled. Still sitting in the seat there, adjusting.
Nearly stepped out of his shoe there after the foul. Does a great job there. Initiates the contact here, thought the officials may call it. He extended the arm there and got away with it. You see him rose his ankle a little bit there.
Donaldson and Reneau have stolen the headlines of the transfer portal. Obviously, Henderson, the highly touted freshman, but Tre Washington, he has been a difference maker, particularly during this 8-game win streak. Been a very consistent scorer coming in from New Mexico.
Really good two-way guard, Jay. Capable scorers, third scorer when they need it. He's a really good defender. Second in the ACC in steals. Fits the identity. Just a great job of identifying what they wanted in the portal.
Knocks them both down from the line, so a 22-8 lead. The Yellow Jackets just can't stop turning the ball over. They've got 10. Reeves in the corner, and that's what the Yellow Jackets have been needing. Kowacie Reeves drills the three.
He's got to get aggressive. He's been shooting the lights out from behind the three-point line.
Washington scoop to the hoop for 2.
So much for his ankle injury. It's amazing how the ball has healing powers when it finds you on the offensive end of the floor. Rolls his ankle, goes to the free throw line, knocks down 2. All is well.
Reeves open again. He'll usually make you pay from there.
Yellow Jackets need to slow down just a little bit now. They're not going to get this all back in one moment.
Reneau called for the offensive foul, pushed off there.
Same thing could go for Miami. I think Malik Reneau he drives it. Really good defense there by Kowacie Reeves sliding his feet. Both teams are better offensively when the ball gets to the second or third side. Miami just has not had to do that because of the turnovers by Yellow Jackets and their ability to get out of transition.
10 Georgia Tech turnovers, only 11 points scored. Nearly turned it over again. Good read there by Washington.
Look for Kowacie Reeves in the middle of that zone when he flashes. Really good score from there. You got to mid-range that right there.
Right on cue. Randolph Childress. It's like they heard you over here.
2-3 zone there. Want to put your score with his size and ability. He can look over the defense.
Now, every coach will tell you, can you get it to that ACC logo against the zone? It's just easier said than done, but that time Reeves did it very effectively. And now for Georgia Tech, it's about, yes, getting points, but stringing together stops as you try and cut in to this Hurricanes lead. Miami started this game on a 9-0 run and then a 15-2 run to balloon this lead early. You know, since then, Georgia Tech's played them even, but now can you cut back the other way?
One issue Georgia Tech has defensively is they also have to learn to defend without fouling.
And there's another whistle. And that sends Miami into the bonus. So both teams in the bonus for the remaining 8 minutes and 35 seconds of this first half.
Here now, Tre Donaldson with 2 fouls. You got to monitor his minutes and give him a break when you need it. Came back in for a few minutes, now he's coming back out. He may see a few more minutes here later in the half.
Udeh, the front end of the 1-and-1, earns the second.
Jay, that's big for him to make that first one. Udeh is not a strong free throw shooter.
He makes them both. But he's been brought in as the rim protector, the guy cleaning up the glass with rebounds, veteran player from TCU, but proving his ability from the foul line there.
His job is to rebound and finish at the rim, and he's doing that at a very high level.
The home team Hurricanes doubling up Georgia Tech 26-13. Missed layup, and Udeh rips down the rebound. Henderson left alone. Missed it. Chaz Kelly finds Tongo underneath. He cashes in for 2.
That's as easy a look as Baidongo's going to get. He usually draws a crowd, but great job by the guards getting in the paint, forcing Udeh to step up. No one behind him, no one to help the helper.
Here's Dante Allen. 9 seconds on the shot clock.
You have a chance here to make a run if you're Georgia Tech.
Stolen away. Battle for the ball. Reeves has it. Up ahead, here's Lamar Washington. Count it, plus the foul. Defense to offense. Tide lifts all boats. So if you're the Miami basketball team or any sport here in Coral Gables, you should be a benefit of that. We've got a good game here after Georgia Tech has stormed back. Miami led 22-8, but the Yellow Jackets have swung momentum. They've made 5 of their last 7. Can they string together a couple of more stops here?
Great job there, Malik Reneau. They're trying to help him inside.
Shot clock down to 4. Washington has to hurry. Launches a 3. Banks it in. You couldn't defend any better, but Drew Washington gets it off the glass and in.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Tough take, and it's another and one opportunity for Lamar Washington. He is in attack mode right now.
And that's number 2 on Malik Reneau. Now, both stars for Miami with 2 fouls. Lamar Washington drives, takes the contact, kisses it off the glass with the lefty lay. And Damon told us it's got to be Lamar Washington. He's just too experienced. He's used to hype. A lot of times, mid-major guys will come up to high major basketball and struggle. He started at Texas Tech. He knows what this looks like. He's got to take control of this team and shows the level of toughness that Damon Stoudemire knows he has in him.
Well, when Nate George, their point guard the last 2 seasons, left for Syracuse, it's no surprise Damon Stoudemire, a left-handed point guard from Portland, went and got a left-handed point guard from Portland. Loves his toughness.
He did. He went home and found somebody that he knew a lot about that has the same mental makeup that he has. Mighty Mouse was tough. You don't get a name like Mighty Mouse without being tough.
I think what frustrates Stoudemire is his team has battled in these games. They just dig themselves a hole at times, and that has happened today. Miami started this game up 9-0 and then 15-2, ballooned it all the way to 22-8. And Georgia Tech has battled back, but Miami still with a cushion here, a 9-point advantage with Donaldson at the free throw line.
Those are the maddening things that Coach Stoudemire is dealing with his team. They've shown they can play with anybody, but they'll just have a TV timeout or 2 where they're not quite in the game, and it costs them. They fall in big runs. They dug themselves in a hole to start this game, and they've battled back. Can they finish this half strong?
Reeves, pump fake, pull up pop. That rims out no good. Donaldson already with 10 points. He's had double figures in every game he's played this season. Misfires that one. Georgia Tech has numbers in transition. Kelly a 3. Hits it. Chaz Kelly, he's been a big boost off the bench.
He has settled into that role. He's become an instant offense off the bench, taking really good shots.
Commits the foul there, guarding Donaldson. Stoudemire not happy about it.
Yeah, he expected him to guard with Chaz Kelly's experience there. Does a great job here, knocking down a 3 ball in the corner. Comes back on the other end and potentially gives it back with the foul on Tre Donaldson.
And that's Kelly's 3rd foul. He's had a tough assignment working against Donaldson.
And this is critical because you're putting Miami on the line, and when they have a lineup on the floor that struggles to score right now, their number 1 option, Reneau, is on the bench with 2 fouls. Jay Lucas will leave him there if he can. And remember, Tre Donaldson has 2 himself, so he has to be careful. He can't be too aggressive.
And Miami a perfect 9 for 9 from the foul line. Well, Georgia Tech started painfully slow, 1 of 10, but they have made 7 of their last 10. That one off the mark.
It's a quick shot there by Chaz Kelly. He's got to let the offense happen. First side, no ball movement. And then again, another quick foul by Georgia Tech.
Yeah, Miami has feasted from the free throw line this season. They average 29 free throw attempts per game. I think when you look at how does Miami score 88 points per game, best in the ACC, you have to factor in their ability to get to the free throw line and convert.
Well, that's what they do, Jay, is since they don't shoot a ton of threes. When they're making threes, that's a bonus. As you lamented, in ACC play, they're 8 for 40. They're shooting 20%. When they're getting threes, look out. They can beat anybody. But they beat you by defending, rebounding, controlling the paint, and get to the free throw line on the offensive end. This is part of how they score.
Yeah, they have found ways under first-year head coach Jay Lucas to overcome a lack of three-point making.
And this is from a team that's not very deep. So this is why it's also important. They don't have a lot of scoring from their bench. They lost Marcus Allen, who's out with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma for the season.
Reeves through traffic, draws the foul. There's Allen, who you were just talking about.
I joked with him yesterday. He's a coach now. So they're getting on him, keeping him involved. His job is to coach guys as they come in and out of the game. Says he's doing great. He's feeling great.
The spirits are up as he's rocking the 4 strong shirt.
Yeah. You hear a lot about him going forward. Just amazing character out of that young man.
Now Georgia Tech's turn to cash in from the free throw line. They're a perfect 8 for 8. Both teams shooting it very well from the stripe.
Where is the offense going to come from right now for the Hurricanes?
How about Henderson? The 5-star freshman is fouled, and now it's his turn to shoot 2. It's turned into a free throw shooting contest in the last couple of minutes here.
And that's by Dongo's second foul. And Jay, he's a guy, again, he's just so, I think he's the most critical part to the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets team. And foul trouble has just hindered his development. Injuries and staying out of foul trouble. We watched him last week. He got 3 fouls in 1 minute and 30 seconds. He's got to protect his fouls. He's just too important to this team.
And David Stoudemire does leave Dongo in the game with those 2 fouls.
I just don't know if he can take him out. He has to. His presence on both ends of the floor, particularly with this lineup again with Miami out there, and how dominant Miami is on the glass.
When a player struggles continually in constant foul trouble, what would you tell him to adjust that part of his game?
You would expect him to know by now as a junior, right? And the fact that he doesn't know, you can't trust him. But one thing I think that hurts him is his conditioning, because he's in and out of the lineup. He's missed 4 games this year. You can maybe run some zone to try to protect him inside.
5 minutes left to this first half. Miami leading by 8. Henderson left all alone. Nothing but the bottom of the net for the 5-star freshman Shelton Henderson.
I think it's about time teams take notice. You got to stop giving him those dare shots, and that's a dare shot. You look at his percentage, and you're leaving him out there saying, I'll let you make 2 or 3 before I guard you, when he's already made 2.
And he wins the ball back on the defensive end. That is why over the last 4 games, Henderson is averaging 33 minutes per game. They can't take him off the court. He's been so good.
Just such a physical specimen here. If Coach Cristobal is looking for his tight end next year, I think I know a guy.
6'6", 240. If you were Jay Lucas, you're keeping Coach Cristobal as far away from Henderson.
Listen, you talked about that 20 mil they got. I'm Coach Cristobal. I'm making a call.
Well, he's got the pedigree, too. He's Eric Dickerson's nephew, of course, Pro Football Hall of Famer, one of the best running backs to ever play the sport.
He is. And Eric Dickerson was a big running back, but he isn't built like that. You're a defensive back. You don't want him coming at you.
No.
Yeah, he's not in football shape at all, but
he does just not look like a freshman.
No,
physically.
he's not. He doesn't. And his game's coming around, and he's bought into, if it's a 5-star, he's bought into the defensive end of the floor. He knows his strengths and weaknesses. And again, the ceiling of this Miami team is going to depend on his development. He can start knocking down that three like he did today, and he has in his first half. Look out.
By the way, you brought up Coach Cristobal, and we've said it throughout the day. Thursday night, Miami advancing to the national championship game at Hard Rock Stadium. He was giving an interview to ACC Network, our crew. He had 4,800 unread text messages. I've never heard that. 4,800. I think it's bad that I have 48.
That would drive me crazy on my phone.
Oh, yeah.
Because I have to answer all those text messages. Are you kidding me?
A deep three.
Wow.
Nothing but the bottom of the net. The junior sharpshooter, Noam Dovrat, the junior from Israel. And Miami scored 40 in this first half.
He's just solid. He's just solid.
ACC play, and largely they have won those games without shooting the three very effectively. You know, conference play coming into today, just 20% from three. Well, today they've been terrific from beyond the arc, 6 of 13, and a 12-point lead to show for it.
They've just struggled mightily from behind the three-point line. And again, Jay Lucas knew when he assembled this team, this is not a great three-point shooting team. And days like today when you're making shots from three, great. But their identity is on the defensive end of the floor, controlling the play and attacking you, getting to the foul line, and they're doing that as well as anyone.
Well, Jay Lucas's team got out to a 9-0 start and then led 15-2. Since they ballooned that lead early, Georgia Tech has cut it to 7. But they haven't gotten closer than that. So it's been a comfortable first half for Miami. Up by 10, 3:25 to go.
I like that full court pressure there. Got a trap out of it.
Just trying to disrupt the Hurricanes' offensive rhythm.
Get the rhythm of the game back. Plenty of time to get back. They're only down 10.
Pull up pop, Washington. That rims out no good.
Get Lamar Washington in some type of ball screen action. Let him get in the paint.
Dumps it off this time. Dongo through traffic for 2. And Jay Lucas takes it.
Against Hannah Hidalgo and the Fighting Irish.
Yeah, I think two teams that have expectations to go deep in March. And a big opportunity to get a resume win there. You know, Miami, I don't know if they started the expectation on the men's side with getting to March, but they've certainly played themselves into that expectation. A 13-2 start, 8-game win streak, trying to keep that going here at home. Dovrat misfires that one.
Here comes the Yellow Jackets. Continue to get downhill. They don't want to foul. Stoudemire is saying, with Coach Green and I have been saying all the first half, their turnovers that come because they're trying to score off the first side. Get it to the second to third side, then attack, get downhill. Becomes a lot easier. And right now, this Miami Hurricane team does not want to foul.
Well, free throws for Georgia Tech have kept them in it in this first half. They're a perfect 12 for 12. So Miami fouling has been the Yellow Jackets' most consistent offense. Jaden Mustaf right to the lane, well defended. Reneau just walled up there.
Just a little bit more patience there for Mustaf. He'll know Reneau does not want to foul.
Lines up the three, got it. Malik Reneau drains it, and Miami's back up 11.
It's a 5-point swing. You get to the rim and miss the layup, give up a 3.
Dongo finds Reeves. He can't connect on a triple. Battle for the board, won by Mustaf, but he turns it over. Dovrat through 2, somehow keeps his dribble. Henderson flies in, and he's got an and-one opportunity.
I've really been impressed with this first half with Dovrat. I mean, his ability there in traffic to handle that. I mean, look at this. He finds the loose ball, But prior to that, dribbling through traffic, finds his teammate, Shelton Henderson. And again, you're not going to win that physical contact in the air with him. Getting into him, Kowacie Reeves, you're better off getting out of the way there. You're not going to foul him and keep him from getting it up.
Henderson can't convert the three-point play. Miami leads by 13, though. Every time Georgia Tech has gotten it within striking distance, Miami has punched back. Foul called with the body there. Udeh flew in, and even though he got all ball with the hands, got him with his chest.
If I'm David Stoudemire again, I'm telling my guys to do this every time. Drive the basketball to the rim. Miami wants shot blocking. I don't know if I like the call, but it doesn't matter what I like. It's Udeh's second foul.
Well, he definitely got the ball cleanly with his hands, but I think he got him with the chest.
But you're allowed to go vertical.
Contact.
Yeah, I mean, he's telling the officials, I'm allowed to go vertical. But this is the concern with Miami, as we said. They're not a deep team. Udeh has 2 fouls. Reneau has 2 fouls. Tre Donaldson has 2 fouls.
Something to monitor, certainly in the second half. That was the first free throw miss Georgia Tech has had in this first half. 13 for 13 before that. Henderson, he's had the hot hand. That one rims out no good.
Got to remove the basketball. Get it to the second and third side now, attack. He doesn't want to foul.
Washington went right into contact looking for a foul and didn't get one. Donaldson, great pass. Henderson with a rim rocker.
Jay, Tre Donaldson doesn't get the national attention from that position, but again, he's 16-6 a game, coming off 21-6 in a road win against Wake Forest, snapping a 2-year road losing streak for the Hurricanes. And he is as good a closer as there is in college basketball.
Kraft, a logo 3. No good. 4 seconds left of the first half. It ticks down to 2.7. But Miami closes the final couple of minutes, holding Georgia Tech without a basket in 2 minutes and 42 seconds. And they've ballooned this lead back to 14, which is the largest of the game.
They're going to try to get Tre Donaldson catching it on the move. If they can't throw it to half court, here's Tre Donaldson.
Donaldson got a good look, misses it.
Monitor here, a lot of stars and a lot of players here with 2 fouls. Picking up that third foul early can send you to the bench, can sway this game in the first 5 minutes.
Tre Donaldson has the ball here to start the second half. Number 3 in white, 12 points, 5 assists. Continues to be the playmaker that makes this Miami offense go.
Foul trouble we talked about. Kowacie Reeves is not matched up.
Henderson went for the two-handed slam there and was fouled hard. Nothing Georgia Tech could do with Henderson at 240, 6'6", with a head of steam.
Just a great backdoor cut. Kowacie Reeves goes to help on the dribble. Great instincts by Henderson on the backdoor cut, and by Dongo picks up a foul here.
It's his third. You just mentioned right before the second half started who picks up that early third foul, and it belongs to Dongo. The last thing Georgia Tech needed to see, because if they were going to come back in this game, you'd think Dongo would be the biggest reason why.
And it's also important because Mohamed Sila started the game but has not played since the opening 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and he hasn't started the second half. So it looks like we saw him walk in the game in the boot. He tried to give it a go, unable to play, and magnifies foul situation with Dongo.
3 players now with 3 fouls for Georgia Tech. Makes a comeback effort that much harder on the road. Trailing by 15. Largest deficit they've faced today. Fleming, the freshman, stolen away. And it's Donaldson who has it. Leaves it for Henderson. Washington rejected on his way to the rim. It'll stay Miami basketball.
They're putting Jaden Mustaf on Malik Reneau here. As you can see, great help there by Flemings with Dongo sitting in the paint with 3 fouls. Look at the matchup at the top. Jaden Mustaf physically allows you the ability to play him at the 4. Miami a little sloppy with the turnover.
If Georgia Tech's going to come back from down 15, how do they do it?
One starts with 11 of desperation. This guy was the basketball. Washington had a really strong first half. He had 12 points and 3 assists. He's got to get really aggressive. Can they find a secondary score? I thought Reeves had his moments, and they got to try to find a way. We talked about Dongo getting involved in this game. He's got to be a guy as well.
Mustaf drains the 3. Maybe that'll ignite a comeback for Georgia Tech on the road.
As we talked about, too, you talked about Shelton Henderson getting dare shots. They're going to do the same thing with Jaden Mustaf.
Offensive rebound, cleaning up the spill, Ernest Udeh.
From Miami, I am attacking the paint. No size at the rim, only by Dongo. He has 3 fouls.
Dongo, a 3. Got it! Back-to-back threes for Georgia Tech.
This is Georgia Tech. They get down, and then they play with the level of desperation. And they're really dangerous when they do so.
Reneau, no stopping him on the inside.
Yeah, there's nothing else Dongo can do there. He comes over to rotate. That's just an all ACC first teamer playing like one.
Washington, risky pass, and he turned it over.
Freshman Flemings there. He drives. I think he committed to passing early so fast. He looks to score. I think he makes the defense react a little differently.
They go back to Reneau. Lob to the rim. Udeh there. Big man to big man on the alley-oop.
Everyone in the arena thinking he was going to pull up and take the mid-range.
Reneau has great touch for a 6'9", 240. Been the biggest reason why Miami has surged this season to a 13-2 record, undefeated in ACC play. And it looks like it's going to continue, barring a Georgia Tech comeback and Dongo, and the Jackets not going away.
Great job there attacking that zone. Great job there, Lamar Washington on the baseline with the basketball, finding Dongo, who cuts in front of the basket there. Good patience.
Donaldson a 3. No good. Risky pass, and it's intercepted. Henderson in attack mode, off the window for 2.
You cannot turn the basketball over. They just turned into pick sixes.
18 points off turnovers. So it's one thing if you're Georgia Tech and you turn it over 14 times, but Miami has cashed it in for 18 points. That's the difference in this game.
It is, and ask Oregon football team about that. You start a game with a pick 6, and they're just hard to overcome. It's just too easy. High-level sports, it's just difficult to win. Winning is hard, and it's made a lot easier when you force turnovers and get out and get easy baskets. And Miami's been doing a great job of that all season long.
Reeves yet to get going. Goes baseline. One-handed jam. Maybe that'll ignite Kowacie Reeves, the Georgia Tech leading scorer.
He can get it going. And again, I would attack Reneau every possession.
There's Reneau on the offensive end. Passes it off. Washington. Reneau. So crafty. Can't convert. Gets it on the second effort. Malik Reneau.
Tell you, that's the difference in a game like this. You get in a tight moment, they can just run a screen, get him the basketball in the middle of the floor, and say, go make me a play.
Shot clock down to 7. Lamar Washington finds Dongo, and he lays it up and in. So Georgia Tech, they've made 5 straight baskets, but they haven't cut into this lead because they can't get a stop on the other end.
They can't get stops right now, but they're at least starting to score the basketball.
Now they say Tre Donaldson stepped out of bounds, so ball back to Georgia Tech.
You're talking about 2 guys that'll definitely be first-team All-ACC performers.
Now, of course, Cam Boozer, the nation's leading scorer, been terrific for the Blue Devils this season. Shot clock down to 5. Kelly has to hurry, finds Dongo, who beats the buzzer but couldn't convert. But there's a foul on the rebound, and that'll keep the possession with the Yellow Jackets.
Great job there. You got to muck the game up, junk it up. Little plays, going to the glass. Right now, Washington, Dongo, and Kowacie Reeves are going to make enough plays on the offensive end. Can they get production from those other 2 spots here? You can see the push in the back there by Tre Washington. The 2 hands.
And once you extend those arms, it makes it easy for the officials to call. Reeves cashes in on the extra possession. And Georgia Tech has converted 6 of their first 8 shots in this second half.
And they're in there. Started out in the matchup zone. Now they're in man-to-man. They're going to try to get Malik Reneau in the post because he has Jaden Mustaf guarding. You got to give him the basketball.
And he does get it. Cross-court pass finds Allen. Into the lane, kick out, a 3. Donaldson buries it. Tre Donaldson always delivers.
Got to find him on the 3-point line. He's the one guy in that lineup right now. You cannot lead behind the 3-point line.
Now Georgia Tech, they have improved in this second half on the offensive end, but they can't get a stop to cut into this Miami lead.
Yeah, Tre Washington. I mean, Lamar Washington comes over and tries to help, but it's a cleared side. Tre Donaldson slides to the corner. No one there to help. He's not going to miss many open threes like that.
Reeves, the floater doesn't drop. Offensive rebound, Dongo. Washington almost had another offensive board, but ripped away by Henderson.
Just when Georgia Tech has a chance, something like that happens. Miami just takes it away.
Every time they've gotten within striking distance, Miami has had the answer. They've cut it as close to 7. Dongo, nice turnaround there.
I am feeding him. He touches it every trip down the floor in this lineup. No one on the floor right now with Miami, as long as Malik Reneau is in foul trouble, can guard him.
Well, Ernest Udeh coming over to check in.
It's like a big shadow coming over as you get to see it. It's like the sun is blocked out.
The Donaldson, he is such a crafty player. Just does such a good job getting his shot off, getting to the free throw line when Miami needs a bucket.
He's playing the position as well as anyone. He's just not getting the national recognition here. Just getting in the paint. He's so under control. Scoring it at all 3 levels really well, as we said. He's averaging 20 and 6 over the last 3 games, averaging 20 in ACC play, and he's well on his way to another 20-point game here today.
And he's got those 6 assists, which is his average for the season. You know, Miami is a team, they lead the ACC in assists per game, and that is led by Donaldson. He's also perfect for the free throw line today, 5 for 5. In the last 5 games, Tre Donaldson, 53 assists, 9 turnovers. So that is 10.5 to about 2 turnovers. It's pretty good.
Jay, he's playing the position as well as anyone. And I will add, he is as good a closer as there is in college basketball. He believes in the last 2 minutes of a close game that he's the best player on the floor.
And he has proven many times this season he has been. Georgia Tech going a little too quick that time. Nearly turned it over. Reeves wins it back. Finds Washington. He finds Dongo, and he draws the foul. Well, Georgia Tech, they're making the hustle plays necessary to come back in this game. They just can't get a stop on the defensive end.
They're battling here.
And really, this game boils down to the fact that Damon Stoudemire's team came out a little slow on the road. Miami got a 15-2 start, including scoring the first 9 points of this game. From that 15-2 point on, Georgia Tech's been even.
They have been. Had they not just turned it over, just unforced sloppy turnovers, they could very well be leading this game.
Was halfway down, but somehow rimmed out for Dongo.
This one, you just need one here. Allows you a chance to set your defense.
Well, Georgia Tech's defense has struggled to stop Miami, leading scoring team in the ACC at 88 points per game. They are well past that pace right now with 62. Just under 13 minutes left.
Right now, Malik Reneau's out of the game. I'm having all hands on deck.
A foul called as Udeh went up for the alley-oop attempt.
You got to keep Tre Donaldson out of the paint.
Easier said than done.
It is, but he got caught in rotation there. He's drawing extra coverage. I'm going to make someone else beat me. Can't allow him to get into the teeth of the defense.
Now they call by Dongo for that foul, and that is his fourth. So he has to come out of this game.
I thought that foul may have been on Kowacie Reeves, and again, we talked about it. 4 fouls now. Stoudemire has to take him out, and that's a big blow.
And Georgia Tech simply not the same team with him not on the court. Allen cashes in for 2.
Because now you don't have Sela, you don't have Dongo, which means you don't have rim protection.
And Miami has the front court that can make you pay. Reeves on the inside, missed it. Miami gets it up court in such a hurry, effortlessly. Allen missed the transition, trailing 3. Washington upping the tempo, and he'll get 2 at the line. Well, Miami still a comfortable lead.
His next following that clip, when he said get on the baseline, minute 30, they were running. So he shows you he can joke, he can laugh, but when it's time to hold his guys accountable, he does an amazing job of doing that, and these guys respect him for it.
Well, they shot out of a cannon to start this game, a 9-0 run to start, ballooned it to 15-2, and really that's been the difference since. Now, Jay Lucas taking over this program, brought in a whole new roster, 5 transfers, 7 freshmen, only ACC team with no returnees, and they have found instant success. In the midst of an 8-game win streak right now, 13-2 overall. Their only 2 losses were to top 10 teams at the time, Florida and BYU. Reneau, he's been a big reason why. Missed it that time.
This is the end of the 4th for Georgia Tech. Right now, who steps up? Outside of Lamar Washington, I think it's got to be Kowacie Reeves, but someone else has to make a play. Chaz Kelly has had moments in his reserve role, not many here today. And can Cam Craft kind of come off the mat? He's played some games early in the year, then found himself on the bench, and now he finds himself getting quality minutes in ACC play and comes into the reputation as a shooter. They can sure welcome some shots from him right about now.
Shot clock down to 5. Reeves through contact, banks it in.
Kowacie Reeves in attack mode is always a good thing there. Great job taking the contact and finishing.
Well, that's the first time in this second half that Georgia Tech has cut the Miami lead under 11. The closest they've cut it to since they went down 9-0 early has been 7.
Watch Malik Reneau catching it right there in the mid-post.
The spin cycle. Oh, Malik Reneau showing off.
You got to know that's coming. Ball's going to find him versus zone, and particularly with this lineup. They do a great job of running him up off the baseline. For Georgia Tech in that zone, you got to make someone else beat you.
Reeves, pull-up pop. And it drops in. Rattled home for Kowacie Reeves. These teams trading baskets.
Same scenario again. Got to find a way keep the ball out of Renau's hands.
Donaldson splits two. Tre Donaldson has taken over.
That should not happen versus a zone. A guard just dribbles right in for an uncontested layup.
He's got 18 to lead all scorers. Chaz Kelly answers with a three. Well, Georgia Tech 3 for 3 from 3 in this second half. They just can't get a stop to cut this lead down.
And not only can they get a stop, can they secure the rebound? This is a really small lineup on the court right now, and you're going to have to give some attention to Reneau.
Reneau draws the foul, went right into the 7-foot freshman Kowacie.
And the issue that this Georgia Tech team has right now is Kowacie comes over to help, but you're leaving these guards on the backside to have to deal with Ernest Udeh, and that's a difficult task. So right now, how long will David Stoudemire go with Mike Dongo on the bench, even though he has 4 fouls?
With Dongo out, Reneau has started to feast. And he's at the free throw line here. And his consistency has been huge this season. His season low is 14. Think about that. Season low is 14. Season high, 28, transferring in from Indiana. You know, after the Hoosiers won last night, I was thinking Malik Reneau, he's got his 2 schools that he's played for playing for a national championship in football. Indiana going against Miami.
And no doubt where his allegiance lies right now, but he's gone from a role player at Indiana to a star here in Miami.
How has he done it?
I think one is just opportunities. He's the #1 guy now. You know, before he's been in a secondary role, almost like a #2 wide receiver. Now he's getting the most touches. He's always had the talent. He's more comfortable shooting the 3. Just really, I think, has cemented himself as being a first-team All-ACC guy right now and deserving of some All-American consideration. He's been that good.
Yeah, he has elevated his game in a Hurricanes uniform, and the dynamic duo, Donaldson and Reneau, continue to dominate, not just today, but all season for Miami. It's been those 2.
He has, and again, that's just a great play by Ernest Udeh there, just sealing the lane, allowing Tre Donaldson just get to the rim for an easy 2.
Georgia Tech continues to get the shots they need to limit Miami from separating. It's back to a 10-point game.
They're scoring, they're right there. Can they get a rebound?
Well, think about this. Georgia Tech is shooting 65% in the second half, and they're still down by 10, as Reneau will go right back to the free throw line. And I think you got to think about getting Dongo back in this game, because Reneau, there's no answer right now defensively for Georgia Tech.
They're doing a great job on the offensive end of the floor, and they're in the rhythm. But right now, there's just no size. And you see Cam Kraft there. I've been in that position before. The best thing he can do at that point is just front. But he's so low, you don't know if a cross screen's coming or a pin down, and you don't know how to defend him in that situation as a guard.
So Reneau shooting 59% from the floor, and part of that is he gets to places on the floor where he has such a high percentage shot. You don't average 21 points per game by accident. And with that free throw, he now secures the fact that his season low will stay at 14. The season high being 28 and everything else being in between. Just such a consistent elite scorer.
And may I add also, he's shooting nearly 59% from the floor. Like, that's the thing about it, where it's why his floor is so low at 14. He just takes high quality shots. He knows who he is.
And because of Reneau in the last couple of minutes, Georgia Tech, despite the offensive efficiency, shooting 65%, the lead is still 12 for Miami. Washington, nothing but air. Kowacie there. Ricochets out of bounds. Shot clock ticks down to 9.
Plenty of time to get a good shot here. You're in front of your bench. Kowacie Reeves comes back in, gives you another score, the lead scorer back in the game.
Washington, step back 3, got it!
They're holding on. They're making shots. They're scoring in the offensive end. Can they get stops?
Miami's made their last 3 shots, and Reneau is feasted at the foul line. Reneau has it here. Shot clock down to 6. In trouble. Goes to the rim. Missed it. Udeh there to tip it in.
Just the concern you're going to have with only one big on the floor. Kowacie comes over to help, and again, you have no chance as a guard blocking down Ernest Udeh.
Fleming, the freshman, can't connect.
It's a concern you got to have here, the Yellow Jackets. If you start missing shots here, then this game could get out of control.
Offensive rebound again. Washington in the paint, draws contact, and he'll be at the line when we come back. Miami up by 11, still in the driver's seat here. Oh, what a fun day for college basketball. A loaded Saturday slate. Thank you for the updates, guys. Randolph Childress, Jay Alter with you in Coral Gables. Miami been in the driver's seat throughout this game. Got a 9-0 lead right off tip-off and have stayed in front by 7 or more since. They've been playing through Tre Donaldson and Malik Reneau. Those two have combined for 17 of the Hurricanes' 28. When you have a dynamic duo that have proven that they can close games, why wouldn't you go to those two down the stretch?
They've shown time and time that that's what they do, and Donaldson at the scores table is about to come back in this game. For Georgia Tech, you feel like you got to come back now. Like, now's the time to make Miami uncomfortable. You want to make it a free throw shooting game, make the free throws matter. Got to find a way to get this game to a 1 or 2 possession game.
Washington just missed 2 at the line, and now Cam Kraft an opportunity to make it a single-digit lead for the Hurricanes. There's Donaldson checking back in.
But Stoudemire gets up from the table. Stoudemire walks over to him like, why'd you come back in the game? I thought we had a chance to make a run.
Well, an elite point guard giving another elite point guard some love there.
You know when you see it. He knows what a really good player at that position looks like.
Yep. Game-respecting game there.
Absolutely. He saw him at the scores table and his head just dropped.
Well, the closest Georgia Tech has cut it has been 7. Every time they get within striking distance, Miami has had the answer. Donaldson, alley-oop! Ernest Udeh on the receiving end of another great lob.
When you're Lamar Washington, you've played a really good game. And I know it's gap integrity, you've got to help. But when you're guarding Tre Donaldson, you've got to stay closer to home with him. You go help, you get overextended, you have a late closeout, and he blows by you. And if he doesn't finish, he's going to find a teammate.
Kraft to the corner. Can't knock it down. Reneau tried for the one-handed jam, and instead it's a wedgie.
It's a great play by Dongo, not picking up the foul and meeting Malik Reneau at the rim.
How did he pull this off, and how did the ball stay wedged between the hoop and the glass?
You see Dongo coming in at the end. That is a great block. pins it against the backboard.
And that is defying gravity.
I don't know what it's like being up that high, Jay, so I wouldn't worry about jumping like that. That's just coming out of nowhere with that type of effort. We talked about his talent.
Here's Reeves going for Dongo, and those two connect like they've done so many times in a Jackets uniform.
He took a hard fall in that Syracuse game, talking about by Dongo, and hurt his knee, missed a lot of time, and he usually, you see the sleeve on his right leg, he usually would catch that and dunk that. He has that type of athletic ability, but you can see he's a little bit limited, but he's just playing through it.
Donaldson, he's been the difference maker. Finds Reneau, two-man game. Shot clock down to 3. Henderson underneath. And that's a shot clock violation. Great defense by Georgia Tech to win the ball back, down 9, 5 minutes to play.
Great defensive possession there. Not going to allow Reneau to go one-on-one inside. Help comes the double team. They finally rotate over to Donaldson. And from the Yellow Jackets, I got to make someone else beat me, and it's got to be on the perimeter. I can't give up lobs to Udeh either. And with this lineup on the floor, it's got to be Allen or Washington making shots. Here on the offensive end for the Yellow Jackets, look for Dongo in some type of ball screen action.
Reeves, pull up, pop, got it!
Great execution there.
This is the closest it has been since it was 31-24 all the way in the first half. Miami has led throughout. Largest lead was 15. Georgia Tech won't go away. Donaldson, it doesn't drop.
And both teams are small right now, and I think that favors Georgia Tech. Attack the paint. Miami does not want to foul.
Washington hands it off. Dongo missed the layup. Foul on the floor. And you mentioned that's usually an automatic 2 for Dongo. Last time out against Syracuse, banged that right knee. Just not getting the lift he normally does.
Oh, he's been laying it up near the rim, elevating off of just one leg, and he's gutting it out.
And the foul is called against Malik Reneau. That is his 4th. Now he has to be careful in crunch time here. Miami, who led this game 9-0 and 15-2 and has led throughout and led comfortably. Now getting tested in the final stretch of this game with 4:15 to play. Georgia Tech ball trailing by 7. The last time the Miami lead was under 7, it was 6-0.
It was. And you execute here on the baseline out of bounds.
Reeves got it again. Back-to-back makes for Kowacie Reeves, and it's a 5. Done in South Beach. A fun finish coming, and who could have predicted this? Miami looked comfortable. A 15-point lead is down to 5 with 4 minutes to play.
And Miami stays with the smaller lineup. Remember, both frontline guys have foul trouble.
Malovitz off the bench, a big 3.
Jay hadn't made a field goal all game long. One of the big moments in this game, he steps up and knocks down a 3.
Reeves has been the hot hand in the second half. Has it here, cashes in, plus the foul. Kowacie Reeves refusing to go away.
He's just putting him on his back. It's a little aggressive to get going in this game, and this is a heck of a shot. Just gets to a spot, gets an angle, shooting over the smaller Dante Allen. Once he gets the angle, and at his length at 6'7", 6'8", when he elevates over smaller perimeter players, he just doesn't see him.
Reeves now up to 23 points, and in this second half, he has taken over. This is the and-one opportunity. It stays a 6-point lead for Miami. The Hurricanes trying to cling on to this lead, find the finish line with under 3 minutes and 30 seconds to play. Donaldson finds Reneau. It's been these two down the stretch, and that's the 5th foul against Dongo. So Dongo fouls out, and Reneau heads to the free throw line.
5th foul, and this is a big foul. We saw the block he had a few possessions ago and his ability to finish inside. You know Miami was going to go to the two-man game. Now you see Jay Lucas going to his sides. Now he's bringing back Udeh, wanting more size and protection.
Well, not just today, but all season long. It's been Reneau and Donaldson that have closed games in crunch time, so no surprise it's those two leading the way for the Hurricanes here.
Let's see, with Bidongo fouling out now. Now it allows, with this small lineup, Jay Lucas can protect Malik Reneau with his 4 fouls, and you'll see him come out if he makes this next free throw.
Well, this is another one from the free throw line. Miami been dreadful in this second half, just 5 of 11. And that has left the door open for Georgia Tech. And Reneau normally up over 80% from the free throw line. So he comes out here with 4 fouls. Just 1 of 2 from the line there.
And this isn't a great free throw shooting team for Miami. They're only 68%. And Reneau is actually 81, and he's only gone 1 for 2 the last 2 trips. If you're Georgia Tech, they're switching everything man to man. Pick your matchup and attack.
Reeves, the hot hand, misses it that time. Fleming there, and he's fouled. Kai Fleming in perfect position. And he'll get 2.
Air ball goes right into Fleming's hands, and Shelton Henderson, nothing he could do but foul the freshman.
So it's back to a 2-possession game with 3 minutes to play. Fleming a chance to cut this lead down to 5.
Both teams are going to their offensive defensive substitution. So now Reneau is back in the game for Udeh at 5. Jaden Mustaf back in on the offensive end of the floor. And defensively, he's going to match up on Reneau with those 4 fouls.
What was once a 15-point lead for Miami is down to 5, under 3 minutes to play. The Jackets desperate for a defensive stand here.
Reneau with the ball, the 2-man game with he and Tre Donaldson. You switch.
Reneau's got the mismatch. He's got the 6'4" freshman inside. He's got 6 inches on him. Donaldson drives the lane, draws the foul.
He doesn't care when you got that guy, Jay. Again, he's a closer. You want to take advantage of it, but as a guard, no one's playing that position any better than him. He crosses over, Mustaf there. Reneau keeps his seal, gives up the angle. Nothing they can do but foul him. Luckily, it's not an and one, if you're a Georgia Tech fan.
Donaldson creates separation so effortlessly. The blow by there. 2 big free throws, makes the first.
Count him. I think there's ice water in his veins in these moments. He just, like I've said before, you can't tell when he's not the best player on the floor right now. He's comfortable in these moments. He's closed and won many games. There's not a lot of players in college basketball who has done that. Such a high level that everywhere he's gone, he's hit game winners. And Jay Lucas knows that. That's why he's going to call every play and leave the ball in his hands.
Makes them both. 22 points, 10 assists today. And that is his 5th double-double with points and assists, tied for the lead nationally with Boopy Miller. SMU taking on Duke right now over on ESPN. Big possession here for the Jackets. They've battled back. Up and under and somehow in for Lamar Washington.
He is the Georgia Tech's version of Tre Donaldson. The experienced guard, the toughness, the closer you're looking for in these moments. It's a great drive and finish there.
Miami undefeated, 13-0 when leading with 2 minutes left. Big reason why Tre Donaldson has the ball here. Shot clock ticks under 10.
Run up ball screen with Udeh, and the key is, can you rebound it?
Kick to the corner. Allen a 3. Missed it. Battle for the board. Henderson somehow gets to the ball.
That's the key. Shot goes up with this Georgia Tech lineup. Can you get the rebound? And that time they were unable to do so.
Timeout, Jay Lucas. And Damon Stoudemire screaming at his team, how did we not get 5? Miami has 11 seconds here coming out of the timeout. Into Donaldson, working against Chaz Kelly.
This is a big possession here. Can you close it with a rebound?
Donaldson, the crossover. Got it! Tre Donaldson, so clutch.
He's just a dude. There's no other way to say it.
Fleming, the freshman, into the paint, leaves it off. Ustaf is fouled. He'll get 2 from the line. Donaldson, a season-high 24 points. These are the biggest 2.
Yeah, he's just Mariano Rivera, man, in the bottom of the night. I'm telling you, he's just him when it matters. There's not a guard in the country I trust more than Tre Donaldson late game to make a play with a shot. I've just seen it too many times.
And that comes from one of the best closing guards in the history of the ACC, Randolph Childress.
He's fun to watch. He's unafraid. He knows the ball will be in his hands. And again, that time we knew it was coming. I'm playing against Miami. I'm not letting that guy beat me in the last 2 or 3 minutes.
Well, a career day for Donaldson. 24 for the last 2, the biggest of the bunch to go along with 10 assists. Ustaf makes the first.
And if you're Georgia Tech, you need this free throw. You got to set up some type of full court pressure. And this may be the last possession of the game that you play without fouling. If you can get a stop, this is the guts of the game here. You've got to get a rebound.
Each team with 1 timeout, 1 minute to play. Miami has led since tip. Can they close the final minute here at home?
I would isolate them again. They're just all guards on the floor. They're just going to switch. I'd leave him one-on-one.
Down the stretch, it's been all Donaldson. This time passes it off. Gets it back. Wide open for 3.
Good night.
Tre Donaldson. Timeout, Georgia Tech. The Tre Donaldson show has arrived in
for the past year and a half, because we're not through this season that have dealt with more injuries than Georgia Tech did a year ago, and missing so many guys here in the first half of this season.
Donaldson commits the foul there. Georgia Tech will go to the free throw line. You can live with that if you're Miami, with a 9-point lead. Coming up next, Georgia taking on South Carolina. We get you to the SEC. Is a busy day. Saturday college basketball slate loaded with terrific action. Top 25 teams all over the country on our airwaves.
And Jay, you talk about what's quote unquote a football school that now has a really good basketball team. We're talking about the Georgia Bulldogs. It's a lot of good basketball being played down there in Athens right now.
I thought you were talking about Miami.
Well, we talked about Miami.
And then on the flip side, you got Indiana, a basketball school that's now got a really, really good football team.
That's flipped there. That's like a Disney movie, the way that football program is flipped in such a short period of time. In Indiana Hoosiers we're talking about. Oh, Coach Crean's in studio. He's got to be proud about that.
Yes. Well, Georgia Tech has done well from the free throw line, 23 of 27. Trailing by 7, time not on their side. Need to create a turnover here.
Yeah.
They foul Reneau. He's a 81% free throw shooter, although he has struggled today, just 4 of 6 from the line.
They did something there, Jay. They took the inbound and then doubled to make sure Tre Donaldson didn't get it. I wish they would have done that a few minutes earlier in the half-court sets in their defense.
Miami just shooting 8 of 14 from the free throw line this half. But an opportunity to close the game here. And Reneau puts Miami over their average of 88 points per game, which leads the ACC. They just find ways to score.
Yeah.
You know, Donaldson and Reneau, the most consistent pieces of this offense, but Henderson's been terrific. Udeh dominant in the alley-oop game.
The only thing that holds Miami back is depth. Starting five is as strong as there is in college basketball. They don't have a ton of depth behind it. But they're passing all the tests here early in the season and what you've seen from them defensively and offensively, and they're not beating themselves.
Reeves, 20 seconds left in this game. Fleming fires the three, can't hit it. So Miami started this game on a 9-0 run. Created that early separation, ballooned that lead to 22-8. And Georgia Tech cut it to 5 twice, but couldn't get any closer than that. Coming up for the Hurricanes, they go on the road at Notre Dame, at Clemson. They come back home for Florida State, at Syracuse and Stanford, as they continue to test themselves in the ACC.
You see Tre Washington come over there and wrap his arms around Coach. We talked about the coach here, and he just has a great ability to coach his guys and hold them to a high standard, and he doesn't humiliate them. And not a lot of coaches can do that.
So Georgia Tech comeback effort falls just short in this second half. And Miami makes it 9 straight wins under first-year head coach Jay Lucas.
Great finish there.